Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back again with Transport Fever Peninsula. One would think you might have had enough, but evidently you have not, because you're back again to the peninsula of the Transport Fever. We're sat here outside the Helix on the approach to the construction materials factory, and we're sat here because this was about to happen. It's like magic, isn't it? Look at the articulation on the front of the big boy there as it roars up the hill at a mighty... what do we think it's doing? 27. It's doing 29. Oh, that's close. But we're here because we're rocking the same load that you saw being filled up at the end of the last episode. So I wanted to see exactly how much this made, because let me tell you, it's going to be a lot. 350 we've got on board. That's all right. 350 out of 420. That's pretty good going as we roar at 31 miles per hour into the station here, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a big lump of money is going to land in my bank account any second. Let's have a look. This is where we're looking, but I'll read it out because it's going to be a tiny little window for you. That was 6.2 million quid. Marvellous. Marvellous, marvellous. So that has basically covered this train's running costs for 2 years with one load. Perfect. It will now, of course, load up with some bricks and run them back the other way. We will get a few that end up being transported locally, but it's all good. I mean, whenever you make money going in both directions, then everybody's happy, and it's pretty much a carnival atmosphere. Right, so what are we going to do next? Well, I've got a few options, and I'm going to cover some of them in the next couple of episodes. First off, we've got this interchange going on here, and there are, well, let's not put too fine a point on it, opportunities that are being wasted here. We could easily be taking fuel out on the same run that the big boy does in order to supply the middle end of Minecraft Island. That will middle end. I like what you did there. Can't say it makes any sense, but I like it. So yes, there's that as a possibility. Another one would be to start importing food into the port here, add that onto the route as well. There's money to be made from that, and I'm just leaving it sat there at the moment. And then beyond that, we've got the passenger station, which now needs extending. That could go out and hit Raccoon City, Mega City 1 and beyond. And that would be quite thrilling. In fact, we already know that's going to be a challenging one to pull off. So maybe that's one for when we're just slightly more financially secure. There's way more that we can do on the island itself to make life a little bit better. We can fling more ships in. That would work too. I am overcome with the number of possibilities that I have. Stick around and I'll choose one. Right then, here's what I've chosen to do. We find ourselves situated just outside Waterdeep. Yes, which is on a completely different island. I've ignored all of those possibilities that we had to play with. And, well, I say Waterdeep, it's Silent Hill that we're kind of parked outside, but Waterdeep's just there, so, you know, it's close. And the reason for this is I want to take a little time to allow my financial situation to calm down again. Now, we're going to be spending today, but what we don't want to be doing is spending an atrocious amount of money. A hellish amount of money. A ridiculous amount of money is what we don't want to be doing. Instead, we want a modest and yet thorough amount of money to be spent. So, currently waiting here, you've got, I mean, look at it, a lot. There is a lot of oil waiting for delivery at the moment, and we can go further than that by importing additional goods. We now have the option to run food as well, but also if I were to do a very minor change, we could also get your construction materials into the mix there as well. What you'll see me doing routinely today is I'll be paying stuff back and then borrowing it back out again. Basically, the principle is, while you're not spending it, pay stuff down, and then as soon as you want to spend it, take it back out again. It's maybe a few extra clicks that one may not necessarily need to be doing, But the upshot should be that when the end of the year rolls around, I don't get stung for quite as much as I could get stung. And I could get stung for quite a lot. So reviewing the island we've got here, you've got Castle Rock, which is probably quite small. In fact, we've not looked at the city kind of scoreboard here for some time. So let's have a look at the big hitters as we've got them at the moment. Toontown is number one with 914. Not broken the 1,000 yet. It's got over 1,000 shopping facilities, which is super duper, but that's as close as you get right now. Asgard, Elmore, Caprica, they're all up in the Three Sisters of great profitability. Arkham and Ironforge were two of the original ones that I connected. And then you start walking down. Waterdeep is actually doing reasonably well, but I would have said Silent Hill was bigger, and that's because it is by 3 people. Okay. And then you get down to the bottom. New Vegas is the Tiddler. Mega City 1, the least mega. Then Ankh-Morpork, Sunnydale, Los Santos, and so forth. So we don't really have any big cities yet. That's odd and interesting, but mostly odd. Is it mostly odd or is it mostly interesting? It's what it is. Well, it's what it is. Right. Shut up. Build something. Okay, we're going to run food out here as well because it's easy money. The food production is taking place right over there in Rapture. We've got another port here. It seems foolish not to be creating some kind of route between the two. The only downside is going to be that I'm going to need to ramp up or increase or otherwise pay heed to the amount of raw materials that are being delivered here. Otherwise, it simply won't work. So we'll put the shipping line in place first. I'm only going to stick one ship on it because, bizarrely, this is the shortest route that we have anywhere, naval speaking. No. That one is probably a little shorter. In fact, that isn't even a route. Why are we not doing that? Oh, I think we'll take that over. We'll take that over land. That would be pretty thrilling, wouldn't it? We've already got the station hooked up. We'll train that sucker out there. Yeah, okay, that'll work. The number of convoluted shipping lines we've got, there's the air, the sea, it's just lines everywhere. Just lovely. Yes. Now, see, oh, no, it's got me thinking. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's really got me thinking. Oh, this is... Okay, right. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking because it's interesting. Right. Instead of running the big boy from end to end, I will sacrifice some profits and instead just run a train, don't know if it's the big boy or not, up and down the mountain to the hub here. We've spoken about this before. But absolutely vital to this will then be running a second connection out to a goods station over here, maybe in Rapture. I think Rapture's a good place for it. This area here, I'm hoping you can make out all of my cursor wiggling. This area here, with its food already being kind of produced in this area, means that you will be bringing then oil and brick into the same thing, which means at Rapture Island you will have 3 to play with. 2 to play with, because you can't stick oil on a bulk carrier. All right, okay. Well, look, I mean, there is a ton of opportunity going on in there, and I would be remiss not to try and exploit that. That's an interesting one. I tell you, this map's pretty flipping good. Just in terms of giving you stuff to do. Right. Anyway, for now, we'll keep things simple. Shipping, food. Well, shipping, freight, goods, freight, goods. I'm an R on that one because at some point it will have brick involved as well. So that's going from wrapped to Silent Hill, which I called Shill. Right. Perfect. And we only need 1 on that, and we'll get the infrastructure running once that one's rolling. So here's my shipyard. I should build another one, shouldn't I? Because it's going to take it the best part of a year to get over here to start its first run. We could put the shipyard anywhere, though. I mean, look, that looks nice. Yeah, it's not convenient, though. If I could fit it on this little island here, that would be tremendous. I mean, it doesn't make for a great commute for anybody who works there, but It's a lovely place for it. A speedboat, helicopter, any of those kinds of things. Oh, hold on, we have one. Docks outside navigable water. Oh, which is that's the operational end. There you go, can just bang it on there, look. I mean, that's not where I'd have chosen to put it. I'd choose to put it about there. Well, put it about there. Ta-da! Right, okay. Good luck there, Lonely Island. Right, we're going to need a ship. I probably got the money, actually. Freight. We want... it's not the Axalp, is it? It is the Axalp. One of those, please. Yeah, good. Right, stick that on the new line. Shipping, goods, rapture, shill. Go. Splendid. Right, he's going to be running quite empty, I would imagine, for some time. Should we watch it coming out? Go on, him. We haven't watched a ship being birthed for some time. Or debirthed, one would say, since it is no longer resting in a berth of some description. We'll do this dramatic camera angle in business and see what that gets us. It's going to get us this quite pleasing shot of the infinite as you tip off the end of the world, coupled with this rather nice water texture. I mean, it's nice. It doesn't change ever, but it's lovely nonetheless. It doesn't exactly get choppy, does it? Does it get choppy? No, it doesn't. It doesn't get choppy. Right. Anyway, here we go. There's my new Axalp, running under the flag of. Oh dear, I've let myself down. I don't know what that's the flag of. I feel like I should recognise it. It'll be Liechtenstein or Luxembourg or some other, or Monaco maybe. Yeah, it seems unlikely. I mean, your red and yellow stripy business there. Someone's going to tell me in the comments. They're going to go, how could you not know it was Moldova? Right. What am I doing? Well, you've set that up, but you need to get more food running now. Okay, and then you've got a backlog here that you need sorting out. You've also got, I don't know what's going on there, but it doesn't look promising. So you might want to tend to that a little and all. Right, if I put another 3 on here, well, I think three's not enough. You're probably going to need more than that. But 3, let's go with as many as you can afford after hitting up the bank manager for a little bit. Hello, bank manager. I'm going to hit you up for a little bit. Right, and then I'm going to buy as many of these as I can afford. Thank you. Good. Right. Good. Closed it down. Excellent work. Open it back up. Set them all on the food line, please. Food Rapture New York. Yes. Go. Okay, that's a lot. You bought 6 there. I mean, it should work, but you're going to need a heck of a lot more throughput here than you've got at the moment. Yes, I am. Particularly because there's only 65 cattle waiting at the moment. Yeah, now, is that a problem in terms of the trucks that you're using? Yes, it is. Okay, production will go up. What are we actually running on here? We're running, it's got 8 capacity. What are we replacing with? We're replacing with whatever that is. Because obviously my truck recognition is absolutely stellar. Have we got anything good? Not really. You've got a Benz, which will do 8. You've got the Opel Blitz, which will do 11. Ah, right. Okay, well, blitz it one time. They're faster too, so let's do that. Replace all of them. 10 vehicles. Yep, do it right now. Okay, I'm going to accelerate the time just for a moment while we wait for these guys to get their lives in order, and then we should. Well, what I'm looking for is a decrease in the queue here. Chances are I'm going to need to actually pick up a few more trucks to run this route anyway, because well, if I'm going to be running an extra 5 shiploads once every couple of years, we're going to need to, keep pace with that. All right, repay all of that lot. 60 million still owed to the bank. But they know I'm good for it. They know that I'm basically a money-making machine these days. I'm also a money-spending machine, which makes me one of their favourite clients. Right, I should call this up, of course. Right, we've got 110 in store. If it drops below, let's say 80, then we'll know we're making solid headway. But that's going to. There's going to be some level of reliance on my ensuring the other end is also. Yeah, look at that. We're completely draining it, so it's not even topping it up anymore at the moment. That's somewhat concerning. Production's still at 1,000, but it's declining. Line usage on no. Okay, we've got a backlog going on, and it's going to be the food backlog at the other end. Right, okay, let's head them out. Where are we heading them out to, sir? Well, we're heading them out over there. There's some food waiting over there. That's productive. Right. Right. Yeah, now, you lot. What's going on here? Why is there so much food waiting? There's 109 waiting to go to Zion. Alright, well, what's the problem with that? You've got an absolute monkey load of trucks on there. So, what's taking them so long? Can we replace them now? 950, 60, 70, 60, 70 grand to get those replaced. Well, where are they all? I mean, I'm not seeing this number go down. Oh, okay, it went down now just to spite me. But on a serious note, come on! Hurry up, because you're what's stopping progress. Progress would be progressing were it not for you. I'm still on high speed, aren't I? Well, yeah, I want £1 million, and I can't be bothered to open up the menu and push the button twice. Really? Come on, liven yourself up a bit. All right, okay, do that. Yep, do it. Thank you. Right, that's extra capacity and extra speed, which is exactly what you want in order to make this thing work at all. And that will get us back in something business, maybe. That should start panning out. Right. So that's that one. Where else? I saw other backlogs here. We've got an oil backlog over here, and we've got inbound. What are you? You're bringing in more. Yeah, you see, that's a problem. Right. How many trucks are you running on here? You've got 2. Okay, right. Well, we're going to need an extra one on there, and you have got 2. Right then. Okay, well, that's good, because that's easy to fix, because we just buy ourselves a few more trucks. Buy road vehicles. Well, let's go for broke. Get as many as you can. 3. Yeah, I'd kind of anticipated maybe a couple more than that. I mean, obviously I've not done the sums, but yeah, if we could, 7.8 million just turned up in the bank. I wonder if that was the big boy arriving somewhere. What's that? 5? Yeah, 1 more. Okay, cool. Right, good. Set line. Industrial water, please. It will mean something to somebody. There you go. My intention was not to stick you all on that route, but I have done, and therefore I'm going to need to intercept 3 of you. Right, zoom in, intercept him, and you, and 1 after. There you go, like that. This one, industrial shill, industrial and Silent Hill. Doink. You done? Yeah, good. Next one. Right, there you are. See, look, I spotted that, and I've rectified it. Don't get me wrong, I made the mistake in the first place, and therefore it was my responsibility to rectify it. Also, since this is a single-player game, nobody else was going to rectify it on my behalf now, were they? We've also got a fair bit of traffic going on here, indicating that there is potentially some demand for a high-impact commuting rail service running from the station at Dark City. The station airport, the airport Dark City, running up here, coming maybe down through this spinal gully, which I managed to pronounce that with quite a lot of drama. Then we'll probably swing out, we'll swing out this way, cross the bay into a terminus about there, because it's a bit too far. I mean, even my bridge building prowess recoils ever so slightly at the prospect of I don't know, that's going to be what, a 400 million quid bridge? Nope, I'm not going to measure it. You know why I'm not going to measure it? Do you know why? Because it'll crash the game. I don't even need to test it. I know it will crash the game, because the great game's just going to go, I love your spirit, but no, you're not permitted to do that. Right, okay, last queue. I'm not sure we've got a last queue at the moment. No, hold on, we were going to go over here, which we have now potentially resolved. Potentially. No, queue, there's still a queue going to Zion. How far away is flipping Zion? I thought it's Rapture. Where's Zion? It's only over there. All right, well, what's the route you're taking? You do a bit of a wiggle up the hillside here. You're being held up by some clunky old thing that hasn't been replaced in decades. This is commercial Elmore food. Right, replace now. Yep. Do them all. You just paid the bank manager back, didn't you? Yeah. Right, do them all. Yes. Right, okay. Well, that'll help a bit. But obviously, if we're being slowed down on the coastal highway road path route here, then that's not going to go swimmingly. Possibly think about relaying this road. Possibly. Hold on. Where are you going to get to Zion? I thought this was going to go in a straight line, but no. Obviously, they're being made to go through the centre of Elmore to get to Zion. And you'll wonder why it's not working out so well. Right, okay. Right, one more project for today, and then we'll move on. We're going to lay in a brand new piece of super-duper country highway that bypasses this farm. Although, you know, there's a something there. There's a something there. Right, this is going to be pricey. I might need a loan. There you go. We'll start with that. That's our initial statement of intent. We're going that way. Yeah, give me, I don't know, about 3 million, 4 million will do it. Okay, right. Now, it's the end of the month, so that's going to get cut in half immediately. And then we'll run straight down over here, look. Now, that's a crow flies kind of a route. It's done it for £1 million. We've got a bit of a gulf, we've got a bit of a tunnel. It's doing all the things that I like it to do. And then it meets up with this ugly bit of road connection here. But, yes. Now, as far as getting your trucks betwixt A and B, well, you don't get much more improvement of betwixting than that. All right, now then, let's run you over here. If you want to stick a bridge in or two, I'm comfortable with that. How much bridge have we put in there? More than I'd like. What if we run it downhill a smidge? That's more appropriate. And let's put in something of a relatively... No, that's super modern. We want less... That's wrong. It's not appropriate. Oh, what about Jolly Green? Oh, you know what? I think so. You know why? Because it's jolly. And it's green. And it ticks all boxes for all drivers all the time. Right. I've built a flipping bypass. And we've all got very excited about that. Because bypasses are the future, and therefore we should start to see some very excitable trucks go. My goodness me, the sheer opportunity that we have ahead of us now. I say, that's nothing. The sheer opportunity is about to exceed once I bring the bulldozer out. Right, I'm gonna pause. Right, okay, here we go. Yeah, kill that and this lot. Yeah. Yeah, progress. Oh, you deleted the road in the wrong order, you nana. Okay, well, look, I'll pay the 35k to get you out of the way and then shove you along the road. Right, they are. Good. Up to the corner. Now, instead of this beautiful, organic-looking, windy road rubbish, we shall now put a made-by-man road of straightage line. If I can find any kind of a snap point at all. Like that one. Alright, that looks alright. It doesn't. Are you sure? Because you don't have to follow this curve that exists, you know. We can just batter our way straight up there. Well, in which case, start further away and put your battering line in. Battered. Terrain alignment collision. You sure? It was quite happy to do it a moment ago. There we go. Path, I think is an appropriate word to use at this stage. Now, this little windy number here, the trucks on the Elmore route are going to go, oh my goodness, he's making our lives so much better. And then I'm going to go, yeah, I'm not really going to upgrade yours quite as much. We'll stick a leisurely, well, hold on, if we just do that, then it should even out the slope as it goes. Right, there you go. They go, yay, no more terrible... Now, the trucks themselves, they're not quite up to that job yet. They're, in terms of can they do that kind of speed? No, they can't. But you know what? At some point they will. And when they do, they're going to be absolutely ruddy thrilled. Right, okay, to finish off today, I'm going to do the unspeakable, which is we're going to do a bit of smoothing here. There you go. Where are we? November. Okay, fine. Keep an eye on it, because you're going to want to dump your slush fund back in there. Bit of smoothing to start with. Bit of smoothing. There you go. Right, and doesn't that look nice? Well, it looks smoother. Yes, and that's nice. And then we're going to go get out the tree gun. Yep. Not used it in a while, but we're going to conceal the fact that there used to be a road here. Yeah, and now it's covered in trees. Some may say that's progress, because the road that's been stuck in its place... more trees. The road that's been stuck in its place is a delight. Ooh, now, here's a thing that looks quite good. All right? Okay, so you're aware of this already, but I'm now codifying it, and therefore I can claim some level of origination of this. And you're going to go, there's the colonel that said this, you know. And you know what? He wasn't wrong. Ignore this smoothing. Smoothing is just preamble with me being unhappy at the need for smoothing. Bizarrely enough, this was built by the computer. This was built by me. I need less smoothing than it does. Just you know, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you that the map you made was flipping difficult for the computer to work with. Indeed it was. Right, here's what I'm gonna highlight. If you do, you got an area like this where you kind of go, needs a bit of trees, doesn't it? Hang on. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it does need a bit of trees, doesn't it? And hang on. Yeah. I could be here a while, so just press on. And if I were to do, you know, a bit over here and a bit over there, it would look nice, but it would look less nice than if you just do one side while following the curve of something that you've put in. Oh, I'm serious. So we're gonna flood fill this side. It would work just as well the other side, you know. But it takes on a look of intentionality by doing so, because when you come across forests in that their real world, what you tend to find when mankind has been interfering with it is that they use whatever infrastructure thing that they've built as kind of a delineation point to mark or demark the end of a bit of construction. So if you just fill this bit in, right? See, that looks tasteful. Yeah? See what I mean? See how tasteful that looks? And then, if you were a high detailing type of individual, I mean, you exist, and therefore I should acknowledge that, despite the fact that, oh my God, get out more. I should then build some kind of, I don't know, recreation area or industrial something or station or whatnot in there to make it look like all of this is purposeful and man-constructed. But using your infrastructure as a demarcation line between where nature is allowed and where it certainly isn't actually looks quite effective. Right, there you go. That's your lot. I'm going to wrap it up there for today. I have managed to get it below 60 million, and it's the start of December, so I'll get it even lower than that. We'll go round to the end of the year and see where we end up. What have we spent this year? We spent 3 million on construction costs. Okay, yeah. 196,000 on other. Whew, could be anything. New vehicles, 12.6 million. Well, that was quite expensive, wasn't it? But we're currently up 3.7. Oh, hold on. And then if you deduct the fact that we burned 1 million at the start of the year from interest payments, this is why I'm kind of keen to get the loan to a manageable level. I mean, as long as I'm repaying, I'm not. That's the thing. As long as I'm not being burgled too heavily by the interest payments, then I'm largely comfortable with it. Right, while we're waiting for the end of the year to roll round, which is another 2 weeks, we'll see if we're having any impact at all on this bread backlog. Because the bread backlog is what is going to hurt us significantly in terms of getting the right number of food units to come on in here. Got to keep an eye on this as well and make sure that that's being properly shipped. Otherwise, this is all going to end in tears. A lot of tears. And great expense as we run ships completely empty to our new island. Oh, there you go. Another 2 million quid came in. That's nice. Down to 56. Getting below 50 would be good, but I don't think we're going to make it in the last 10 days of the month. Seems unlikely. There you go, 55.5. I know, we're all on the edge of our seats. I could hit the accelerator and get this over and done with quicker, but why would I when we're having such a great time? Oh, no. Yeah, we are, aren't we? Aren't we just having the best time ever? Where I will go, however, is I'll go and focus over here on Waterdeep, where a boat should be turning. What are you shipping there? I might have had oil at some point, but not anymore. Okay. I got 5 loaves of bread to feed an entire island. Yeah, well, that's super. But it is your maiden voyage, and therefore I can forgive that. That'll work out. But I need to see this number going down a lot. 65. That's gone down a bit. It's not the same as going down a lot. Right, let's follow yonder ship as it comes in to arrive. While I do my repayment to the end of the year, and we keep half an eye on this. This is basically what you do when you're waiting for the next thing to happen. The next thing to happen is going to be the next episode. I'm going to do planes in the next one, just so you know. I decided that about 47 seconds ago. We're going to do planes next time, and then we're going to return to the Forbidden Mountain. No, we're going to return to developing that train line, which is, I mean, it's going to cause a bit of headache, that, but hopefully I'll have the cash for it. Anyway, there you go. That's the end of the series. The end of the series? What are you talking about? No, it's the end of the episode. I think the Fairbanks Morse Trainmaster may possibly be available now, and a GP7 as well, which just kind of sits at the bottom going, yeah, oh, you can have me if you like. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. You are delightful individuals, and there you go. Right, subscribe if you haven't done so. Where's this flag from? I mean, it's got kind of a Latin America vibe to it, but it's, well, on what even type of ship is? Oh, it's an oil tanker. Right. Ba-ba-ba-bam, cheerio. So maybe I delude myself a little bit in the sense that anything I build is ever going to be cheap. But this shipping route is relatively inexpensive by comparison to other things I've built that are significantly more expensive. The issue with this one, though, is that it's not actually providing any raw materials to anywhere. It is only going to be picking up things that have already been manufactured. Now, when I put the brick train running into the goods hub, as I surely will in a couple of episodes' time, then I think that pans out quite nicely, because there should be enough throughput of resources to make this work. The tricky bit, though, is how many ships are now going to be running at less than full capacity, which means that I might harm their profit ratio. I know, it makes it sound important. It really isn't. Should work out just fine. I'm pretty confident it will, so that's all good.